is up, everybody? It is me, it is Bandito, and I'm moving. Um, Hitting the road, got everything loaded up, heading out to Des Moines, Iowa. And it's going to be, like I said in my update video, it's going to be the shortest drive I've ever done on my own. Shortest move, I should say. It's just under 4 hours, so it'll take me no time to get there. It's a straight shot down the interstate. So, yeah, the move out, picking up the U-Haul was pretty smooth. I took a train to a bus to the U-Haul place, and everything was good there. I had some difficulty finding a place to park so I could load up my stuff, but once I did, I got everything taken care of. It took me about an hour to get everything loaded up, and now I'm on the road. So I guess I'll update when I get there. I don't expect to stop anywhere along the way, so yeah, see you in Des Moines. What is up, everybody? It's me, it's the Bandito, and I'm back. I'm here on the JFS for the first time in months. I've fallen. And I just wanted to update on things that have been going on and why I have been away for so long. So, yeah, I have moved. I am no longer in Minnesota. I am now in Iowa, just a few hours down the road. And I moved back in August, and as you can see, apparently the game is having trouble with recording and playing, apparently, which is not a good sign, but we'll see how things go. This is actually a good test, because UHC 35 is on the way, and I'm sure that would handle a lot better because it will be a smaller map, and everything should work a little bit better with that than the JFS, which is massive and full of stuff. But yeah, so I moved back in August 10th. The move was pretty smooth. The only complication I had was the fact that I couldn't park in front of the apartment building because there were no spaces, so I had to park around back. Not around back, but around the corner, and was exhausted lugging all my stuff back and forth. Yeah, beyond that, the move was good. I moved in, started looking for a job. I found a job within a couple days, but it took me like over a week to start working there. I had to get a drug test, which I had to wait until I got the phone call that I got accepted at the job on a Friday, and I scheduled the drug test for Monday. And then it took a couple days for the results to go through and get sent to my job, and then it was silent for a few days, and I actually had to contact them to ask them what was going on, and it was only then that they contacted me back and offered me a start time. So by the end of it, it was actually closer to 2 weeks from the time that I got accepted to the time that I started working, which was stressful because I used up all my money moving, and I had to ask for money to get through those 2 weeks, and then there was 3 more weeks that I had to work before I could get paid. I don't know what that is. Archive. And, oh. Who else do we have here? We have Oscillate. Seeing who my neighbors are. Diavolo. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just wandering around. But yeah, I moved, got a job, worked 3 weeks, waiting for my paycheck. Fell behind on rent right away because of that, because my pay is bi-weekly. I'm doing more rental car detailing, and it pays me only slightly less than Minnesota did, which is perfectly fine because the workload is much easier than Minnesota. There's more people working. There are more stations to work at, which means even though each car I clean on my own by myself. Because there are multiple stations, that means if we have like, say, 200 dirty cars to clean, I only end up cleaning like a quarter of those at the most. Like, usually I end up cleaning between 40 and 50 on the busiest of days, and sometimes I struggle to get like 30 or even less on slower days. And since we're getting towards winter, things are slowing down even more, so I better not take out my pickaxe, apparently. So yeah, it makes sense that I would get paid slightly less. It's only 50 cents per hour less, so it's not like I'm extremely poor because of it. I'm definitely not at all. But yeah, so I fell behind on rent because I was waiting for my paycheck, and then when my paycheck arrived, it arrived in the form of a physical check, and sorry, I'm just adjusting my seat. And when I went to deposit that paycheck, because I get paid on Fridays now, it took all weekend for that paycheck to go through, which meant I was going to be even further behind on rent. Luckily, I was keeping an open line of communications between myself and the apartment. I told them that I was going to be behind on rent, and then when this happened, I told them I was going to be even further behind, and they basically said, just pay it when you can. Oh, I really haven't been here before, huh? And, yeah, so they were very understanding with the whole situation, and I was finally able to pay my rent, with my paycheck finally hitting my bank account, and all was good. And then I was basically running on little to no money for that week afterwards, and was expecting to have to use the rest of my paycheck, or use my next paycheck, I should say, catching up on bills next. And what made that even worse was the fact that my security deposit from my old apartment in Minnesota they tried to mail it to me and it got sent back. So if I wanted to get that security deposit back, I had to basically go get it myself. So I'd have to drive the 4 hours up to Minneapolis. So I was planning on doing that. I was going to have to use part of my paycheck for that, which was annoying. Until I got a notification on my phone one morning. First thing in the morning, I woke up, checked my phone, said there was a bill payment that went through. I was like, that doesn't make sense. I don't have any money. So I checked my bank account. Surprisingly, I had $2,200 in my account, and that came from my financial aid, because I am working on a master's degree, online classes again, a master's degree in English and creative writing with a focus on screenwriting, which is the main part that I'm interested in. And I'm not really sure what the exact details were in terms of why I got this money into my bank account. What I'm assuming happened is I got one too many loans. Maybe I got a grant at some point, and because everything was already covered, the remaining money was just sent to my bank account, which I'm not complaining. So, yeah, I immediately paid all my bills and was able to rent a car no problem. I drove up to Minnesota. It was a nice little drive. I got my security deposit back, which was the entire amount, which I was happy to see. And it took no time for me to get it either. I spent like 5 minutes inside my apartment. Inside the old apartment, I should say. And just in the office part. Obviously, I didn't go up to my old room. That would have been weird. But, yeah. And on the way back, I went to Walmart. I stopped by Walmart on the way home and picked up some stuff for my apartment. And then the next morning, I still had my rental car for a few hours, so I went to Walmart again and got a bunch of groceries, and everything was nice. So, yeah, in the span of a month, I went from being way behind on rent and worrying that this was going to be another Oak Ridge situation where I was going to struggle to make ends meet and barely live paycheck to paycheck, to living quite comfortably again. It was like a bit of a stumble, and then the universe just kind of said, oops, I'm sorry, and made up for it by giving me some extra financial aid, and then giving me my entire security deposit. And obviously, since then I've gotten paid again, you know, getting overtime's easy and not stressful. Like, it's pretty easy to work some extra time at work because work is easy. Also, I think I am expecting, in November, I should be expecting a bonus, I believe, because they offer a bonus after 90 days and then another bonus after a year, if I remember correctly. So if that happens, I'll get an extra, I think it's just like $200, which it'll still be nice. You need a little bit of extra money in my pocket. There's also another class action lawsuit thing with Facebook this time that they automatically counted me in for. So I'll probably get a few cents out of that because it's for anybody who used Facebook at any point in time. So I'm ready to get my 5 cents from that come this November. So, yeah, things are pretty nice all of a sudden. I was able to get my internet fairly quickly. My apartment is being furnished bit by bit. I'm currently sitting... My computer chair is currently a couch because the computer chair that I bought is very uncomfortable. So it just sits in the living room doing nothing. And I'm just using my couch instead. I just scooted the couch up. The only downside is that's a little bit too low. So as I'm testing my recording right now, I'm testing how uncomfortable this feels, having to sit up a bit and handle this recording. But yeah, things are pretty good. So why have I not gotten back to recording or streaming lately? The main thing is just being busy and or tired. It's work is easy, but because I don't have a car, I walk about 2 miles in each direction to get to and from work. Sometimes I get a ride home. Sometimes I get a ride partly to work because I end up walking like 90% of the way before I come across any coworkers. And so that takes a lot of energy, and then of course I'm doing detailing all day, and then when I get home I'm pretty tired, and I also have to do my online classwork before bed. And on Saturdays I actually work a morning shift. Normally I work noon to 8 p.m. and then I actually clock in a little bit early to allow myself to clock out a bit early. So I end up getting home by about 8:30 p.m. every night. But on Saturdays, I work morning shift from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., which means I wake up at like 6 a.m., I'm out the door by 7, and, I'm full on stuff. And, yeah, so Saturdays kind of suck, but my work schedule is Wednesday through Sunday, so I get Monday and Tuesday off, and I also get Saturday evenings off, but usually I'm pretty tired or doing something else, like my classwork, so, or I'm doing other things, hanging out with friends, or just doing nothing, because, you know, sometimes I'm just too tired to do anything, so yeah, I just haven't had the motivation to do anything. But as I mentioned, UHC Season 35 will be happening soon. That is scheduled for October 29th, which is a Saturday. I have requested that day off entirely. So, I will be streaming... I will start streaming that on about 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll stream that all the way through to the end. I might do a test live stream before then, just to make sure everything goes fine. Worst case scenario, if the test stream proves that things will not be fine with live streaming, it should be, because it seems like my internet is actually pretty good. I'm just gonna go in here. Ooh. Oh, I blocked myself in. Sorry, whoever's portal this is, I messed it up. Oh, it goes to, I guess this is somewhere. It looks like a future somewhere. As we load it in. I think my computer is slowing down and dying. So, it's lasted longer than a few of my previous ones, which is good. But yeah, so the next official stream will definitely be the UHC, and then hopefully after that, I will start streaming more often. There is something that I want to do in terms of streaming. I just have to, it requires me to be, I have to get accepted into this thing. And if I do, and make it onto this thing, then I'm going to give it a serious try and see how things go. But I don't want to say what it is in the event that I... Can I get out? Thank you. But yeah, I don't want to say anything in the event that I end up not being able to do it. And if it doesn't happen, then I probably won't be doing much of anything in terms of live streaming, because I kind of don't want to as much these days. I haven't had the desire to record or live stream recently. I'm gonna steal this. And that's just, I think it's just because I've been doing it for so long, and I'm kind of tired of it, and trying to focus on other things. But, if this one thing I want to do takes off in some capacity, just if I'm even able to do it at all, then that would give me something fun to do, I think. So yeah, I did not record, but I wrote a script for a video essay that I wanted to do, but this was before I had internet, so it was like my creative juices were flowing for a little while. Sorry, Boo, I broke your portal for a second. But yeah, my creative juices were flowing while I was without internet, and I ended up writing a script for a video essay, and that's all. That's about as far as I've gotten with it. I haven't actually recorded the video, but maybe someday I will. If I do, that will end up on a different channel. My third channel, A Body Productions, which is what I used for my old classwork. But that will be that's still up in the air. I still have the script. I don't think I'll get rid of it anytime soon. I'll just keep it in my back pocket in case I want to do it. The issue with that, I guess, is that if I pull it off, I would probably have to commit to the general idea of what I'm doing, which I think is why I'm so hesitant on it. It's like, I don't know if it's something I want to do long term, but this one video essay is something that I think would be fun to do just once. But I feel like, depending on what the reception is, people might want me to do other stuff like it. So, and I have ideas for other stuff. It's not like I'm without ideas. It's just I don't know if I want to commit to that. So I think that's everything. I don't know what's coming up this year. My plans for this year, I'm going to look at taking a road trip for my birthday. And maybe try to get a car before my lease is up, maybe. And might look into staying here if I can for another year instead of just dipping out after 1 year like I've done at basically every other apartment. So we shall see. Maybe my interests in video making will return in time. I have been uploading... Where's my ender chest? I have been uploading stuff on my old channel, but it's mainly like thunderstorms and severe weather. And since we're heading into the winter months, there hasn't been really any opportunity for me to continue that at the moment. So maybe if we get some snowstorms, I will be able to film that. But until then, I don't think I have a blackstone chest. Until then, I don't really have any plans for recording anything. I guess I'm going to make a blackstone chest. That's deep slate, yep. So let's just do that. Blackstone bricks, cracked bricks, blackstone, and stairs. Stairs can go in here. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty good. So that's it. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. Like I said, I will be streaming UHC, and I guess I will continue to stream UHCs for as long as we keep doing them. We'll see how long that is. And so you can definitely guarantee one live stream every 3 months at the least. If my one attempt at doing something cool pays off, then you might see some more content out of me on my Twitch. But we shall see how that goes. So, yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching, and I shall see you all in the UHC.